Yo, 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 welcome to another episode of the CheckDown. I'm your host, Smitty. We're here with the rest of the hosts. JMIK, what's good, man?
Not much, man. And we've been waiting a long time. What, 2, 3 months for this draft to come? Drafting about 4 or 5 days, man. So I mean, all the way, all the mock drafts we've been doing. I mean, it's action time pretty much.
Certified, what's good, man?
Hey, brother, same old on the right side of 6 feet.
Pop, what's happening?
And I'm chilling. Glad to be back with the people.
Yeah, man. So today, official final mock draft, first round, man. We're gonna be popping off. We're gonna be getting into it, man. And then we're gonna do seventh round. each man for themselves, I guess. You know what I mean? We're gonna be drafting for our teams and seeing how this thing turn out. It's interesting, man, because it's a lot of like obviously what you see every year in the draft. You see a lot of dudes who going into pretty much the playoffs, January, um, seem like they had a spot solidified as top five this or top 10 this or they the number 3 pick, they the number 5 pick. You know what I mean? And then as you watch the mocks, they just keep changing. Like every player is falling in a different spot, a different light. Um, it's interesting to see, because you wonder like, will a team take a chance and trade up, put a lot of capital behind going to get their player? Will a team let you know the board fall, or will a team surprise you and take a guy in the early first, top 5, where you were like, whoa, I didn't expect that. Like it happens every year, but who's the team this year that'll shock us?
It's not even a team that's going to shock you. It's a team that messes up the draft, the first round. There's always a team that messes up the first round. I mean, typically it's been the Falcons. I think the last 2 years that pretty much messed up the draft. I mean, from drafting Penix at 8 last year. I think the
3.
year before that was Bijan. People didn't expect. Well, some of the Falcons fans expected, but like people outside of the Falcons fandom didn't really expect that. So they've been the perennial team messing up the draft. So kind of curious to see who that team is. Like I don't think it's going to be them because they're in the middle of the draft. They're like 15th. So I don't think it's going to be them. But I think you got to look at some team in the top 12 to 13 that's just going to make a pick that's just going to have you. I'm scratching your head.
I think, excuse me, I think the fireworks, well, not really fireworks, but I feel like Jackson Dart is going to go in the first round, and that's when the draft is really going to start. That's what's going to really fuck up the board.
I mean, but a lot of people got him going in the first. Like
That's crazy.
that's kind of been that way for months though. Like ever since the Senior Bowl, that's how people have felt. I don't know if it's going to be early. That now if it's in the top 15 picks, then I think you're right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I should have said that, but that's what I meant. If he goes in like the top 10, top 15, oh man, some folks gonna move up
It's
because that
only
means
okay. So you
that
said
that
top,
means somebody got pushed out that
okay.
should have went.
So probably be Shador. If it's top 10,
Yeah,
because you only got technically what? Uh, okay, excluding the Titans, who we probably agreed taking one guy. You got the Browns, the Giants, Raiders, Jets, Saints.
The thing about the Browns is, man, if you believe what they're saying, they're not drafting a quarterback at number 2. Like they're drafting either Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter. I mean, everything that's come out of there in the last month or so is kind of leaning that way. And if you look at the signings that they've made at quarterback, it kind of tells you that. I mean, they signed Joe Flacco not too long ago. They traded for Kenny Pickett. So I mean, that's who's in their quarterback room. I mean, they could add something to it, but I don't know. Like, everything coming out the Browns tell me that they're not.
Okay,
That's
if you
before.
say
I
that,
wish
then
they
you
would
stuck with the Raiders, the Jets, the Saints.
same thing with the
It-
Giants. Unless the Giants are playing a hell of a smokescreen, the Giants and the Browns is doing the same kind of thing where they're letting out all the information that they're not taking a quarterback at 2 or 3.
I think the
But
Giants have to take a quarterback, yo.
I don't disagree with you. But I mean, personally, I think the Browns got to take one more than the Giants do. I mean, because at
I
least
agree with that too.
because at least the Giants ain't paying Deshaun Watson or
Right.
Deshaun Watson that kind of money. So the Giants, they could chill out. To me, the Browns is just like you're in a spot where you got to pay that man what 60-something million against the cap this year, and then 78 million against the cap next year. Like, and you got Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco signed a 1-year deal for $4 million. So Joe probably won't be there for 1 year. So what are you doing after this year? So
I think Kenny only got one left on his deal.
So I don't. I mean, maybe they hoping, and that's the thing. Like a lot of these teams is hoping that the quarterback market is going to be better next year in terms of the draft, and I don't know if that's the case. Like I don't.
Yeah, you're right.
Because I mean, like with the whole like in college and like the whole NIL thing, it's like you're not guaranteed for these guys to come out. These guys are getting paid $2-3 million to play quarterback in college. So if they really like that situation, they could just stay another year. Be like, well, I mean, you know, I'm making $2-3 million here. I mean, the money in the NFL going to be there, so I'll just stay an extra year. Like Arch might not come out, Nico might not come out. I mean, only guy that for certain is coming out is like Nussmeier. I mean, Drew Allard probably going to come out.
Drew has to come out. I think he's a 5th year going to this upcoming season.
No, I thought he was going to his 4th year, but I don't think he got a COVID year. So because I think he started after COVID, so he don't got the COVID year. So I think that's
has he been injured?
No.
Okay, because I would like he could use the injury exception.
Yeah.
Where he can apply for an injury exception.
I mean,
yeah,
it's not a lot.
Had any injury that will allow him to get that.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what's the requirement. How many games you got to miss to file for that?
I think it varies between football and basketball.
But I think in football, you can't play to get like a red shirt or to get like an injury designation. I don't think you can play more than 4 games. I think
because remember when it was that conversation with Hurts and Tua, and they're like, if Jalen plays 4 more games, he won't be able to redshirt that year. Yeah, and that's what people were speculating. And then he ended up playing, I think, 6 games or maybe more that season before he transfers to Oklahoma.
Yeah, it's definitely somewhere in that 3 to 4 game range. I don't think it's more than that, but it's just like I said, there's only a couple guys that got to come out, and the rest of those guys, they could or they could not.
Mick, really looking at the board, right? I'm really looking at the board, right? All right. So to me, if Jackson Dart don't go 10, his only other landing spot, in my opinion, is 21. If he don't go 21, I don't think he make it in the first.
No, I don't agree with that because I mean, because like the Rams could draft him and just sit him behind Stafford for a year because Stafford.
Okay, Rams.
Stafford, we don't know how much longer he gonna play.
But you think the Rams going first round quarterback though?
No.
I mean they could. I'm not saying they will. I think it's a possibility, and I think if McVay really likes Jackson Dart, and he'll just sit him behind Matthew Stafford for a year to kind of learn and soak that up. I mean, I could see, I could see the Rams doing that.
I mean,
I think it's the Steelers. I'm not gonna hold you.
That's what I said. 21 Steelers.
I'm not agreeing with that. I mean, like the Steelers need a quarterback. So I mean, yeah, obviously the Steelers. I'd throw the Rams in there. I'd even throw the Seahawks in there, man. The Seahawks only signed. I mean, oh boy, he got a 3-year deal, but that's really a 1-year deal, and I mean, like they can get out that thing after next year.
I honestly think so. I had said in my 49ers group chat because we was discussing the Purdy thing, and they was talking about the contract. I'm like, they've been working on this contract for a while, and is the way that it's sounding is John Listen and Prague ain't moving, and I was like, don't be surprised if we take somebody in the draft. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Dallas behind us. They could take a quarterback. You got Miami behind them. They could take a quarterback. You got the Colts behind Miami. They could take a quarterback too.
I think the problem with the Niners and the Cowboys, well, not the Niners, the Cowboys and the Dolphins is they just paid those guys that they got there. Like, Dak Prescott's the highest paid quarterback in terms of annual, like annual per year, like, APY. Like he making the most. And then I think Tua making somewhere between 50 to 55 annually. So I just don't know, like you just paid those guys. Like, I don't know if you can draft a quarterback in the first round.
But Miami got some outs though.
I mean, they do. But he just signed that deal last summer.
That's down the stretch though.
It's
got
just
some outs in like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, it's just kicking in this year. So I mean, you draft a quarterback in the top 15. I mean, you can't sit that kid for two or more years. Like I don't know how you
I
do
mean,
that.
but they did put that medical language in there. You know what I'm saying? So I
But that's
mean,
if that's if Tua retires due
Sometimes it
to
gets hurt.
concussion though.
but didn't they say something about if they could deem him unfit or some shit like that? Like if medical staff feel like he's not healthy enough to play and they can sit him, and then they can start moving the wheels on avoiding his contract.
I
I
mean,
gotta ask
You gotta
him
get
that.
you gotta get a doctor that's like
they
that's
could do
just
that, but then the coach was brought in to specifically work with Tua. That's why they hired him.
but you
And
gotta
he
get a
liked Tua.
medical staff that's willing to say he has to retire. Like they have to
Man, that
medically
medical
retire.
staff gonna say whatever the fuck that GM tell him to say.
And
I
right
mean,
now
I'm
he's
just
not ready to
thinking
move
like
away
that's
from
just a
Tua. I
lot of
don't think
ifs.
he is, bro. Because if he
Yeah, I think that's
was,
just a lot of
he could
ifs.
have. He could have. The money didn't kick into this year. You could have made
Mhm.
him get medically retired last year and never had to pay him but a small portion of that money.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just think
no, I
it's a
feel
lot of
you.
ifs in that statement. That's all. I mean,
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
if he gets hurt, there's no. I mean, yeah, he's been getting hurt, but no, yeah, we can't guarantee that he's going to get. And if he play all 17, then you kind of stuck with
yeah.
a crowded quarterback room. Now I can see the Dolphins taking a quarterback later in the draft, maybe second, third, fourth round. I can see that. But like when you take a quarterback top 15, you're signaling to your starting quarterback, like, yeah,
It's
like you
over
ain't.
with.
So
Yeah, it's over with.
yeah.
Once you take quarterback top 15, yeah, he dead.
So
He can go ahead and call that cooked bacon.
and you also got to think about quarterbacks. To me, when you talk about every position like on the team, the quarterback is the most mentally fragile position, in my opinion. Like these guys got to have their quarterback room a certain way. The backups got to be guys that they like. And I just think like they're mentally fragile, man. Like like you bring in like someone that could replace them, man. I don't. I mean, some quarterbacks can't even deal with that.
Second and third round don't. I mean, second and third round also signal to the starter that hey, you on the hot seat if you don't get it together.
I mean, to me, if they're going to draft a quarterback, because their quarterback is a lefty, the Dolphins, I would think they would draft the kid out of Oregon, Gabriel. What was his name? Dylan Gabriel.
Dylan.
He's already a lefty. So I mean, because I mean, the problem is like you're setting up your line to protect the lefty. So I would assume that your backup quarterback would kind of have to have those same kind of traits.
Hey, Mick, you know what? You might be right, dog. Cause I remember when Tom Brady got Jimmy Garoppolo shipped out of there. I heard he had him shaking in his boots, dog. He was like, "Man, Jimmy about to take my motherfucking job. Get this nigga up out of here."
Well, yeah, like the thing with Tom Brady, and I mean Jimmy G Tom was not happy that they drafted him, and then
Yeah,
Tom wasn't playing the best before they drafted him, but it it motivated Tom to play better. I mean that's just one instance, but I mean you go back to Aaron Rodgers in that situation, like they drafted Love, and I mean Rodgers wasn't failing that, and once they did that, he really didn't play as well as he did after they drafted Love. If you look at the numbers, like
yeah. No, I feel like Robert Kraft stepped in and did the right thing.
yeah,
You
I
know what I'm
mean
saying? Get Jimmy up out of here. You know what I'm saying? I know Bill drafted him and he's looking down the road, but Robert Kraft stepped in and was like, "Nah,
Yeah, but they could also do
nah."
that. Well, they could also do that because Tom got motivated by that, and Tom started to have better seasons after they drafted Jimmy. So they was like, "Well, Tom is Tom, so we're just going to trade away Jimmy because Tom is playing well again." So that's what I'm saying. Like it could go either way. I mean, you draft the quarterback in the first round or the second round. It could either motivate the quarterback that you have, or could make that dude just like sink. So you got to be, you go one way or the other. You got to be careful with that though.
Rodgers got two of them MVPs after they got Love, and he almost made them regret drafting Love, boy.
I mean, I don't think Love is a bad quarterback. I just don't think he's this elite guy that everybody wanted him to be. Like they wanted to be this elite guy because it's Green Bay and that's what Green Bay does. But I think he's a good quarterback. I just don't know how great he's gonna really be. That's all.
I think he got some shoes to fill, man. I mean, what they got 20 years before this of great service from their quarterback, like
Yeah, I mean they really ain't. They really haven't had a gap between quarterbacks.
ever. Like so, I mean, he got some shoes where the fan base is putting a little faith in him, but I've seen some like after Cert said it last year, he made me pay attention a little bit more to what he was doing, and I seen a lot of those bad tendencies on regular occasions like that that throwing off the back foot, that you
But
know
he
what I
learned
mean?
that shit from Aaron Rodgers, though, man. If you want to be honest about it.
A Packers fan told me best, man. He said he Aaron Rodgers before the snap and he Brett Favre after the snap.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
because I mean, Rodgers used to do the same shit, but Rodgers can do that because his arm was so elite. That's the thing is you can throw up your back foot if you have an elite arm, but I'm not sure that Love has that elite arm that everybody thinks that he has. Like I think he got a really good arm. I just don't know. I don't know if it's elite like Aaron Rodgers' arm. That's all.
Hey man, I mean, listen, when they took Love, they thought Rodgers was a dead fish, and now he kind of making them look right a little bit because of how he played last season off the injury. But
I
I'm
mean,
still waiting to see what he does though. Like, is he gonna commit to a team? Like, or now has teams
Green
stopped
Bay
talking because the draft is getting closer? So now they like, well, let's see if we land a quarterback before
I
we even
think
talk to
his
him
only
again.
hope is the Steelers. And the problem, like, I just think he playing Russian roulette right now. Because it's like no other team is going to want to sign you because the only other team was the Giants, but they signed Russ. So
Let's say the Steelers are in a mood of trading up, right?
yeah.
Obviously we've been hearing all the rumors about Shador. What happens if like the Steelers like, you know what, we're not gonna even play games with Aaron Rodgers. We're gonna go get Shador, man. We're gonna lock in the quarterback position. Like
But I
then
heard
he's sitting out there looking lonely.
yeah, but I heard Mike Tomlin really like Shador though. That's those there are rumors out there about that.
That's what I'm saying. Like he fall. Let's say he get. I don't think he get past the Raiders.
I mean, say you get to say you at 13, 14. I could see the Steelers trying to trade up to 13,
You think
14.
he get past the Raiders?
I don't know. Like, there's a lot of Raiders and Genty talk, man. Like, there's a lot. Like, and I don't like my rule of thumb is like 2 weeks before the draft, man. All like all these little things that people start saying about this team going to draft that player. Like, I tend not to believe it because this is the time where they trying to do like the whole smoke and mirrors thing. But the Genty talk been going on it's been going on longer than the last 2 weeks, man. It's been going on for like the last month or two. So I
So
think
Genty been like he been linked to like 2 teams in that top area.
yeah, I mean them and the Bears.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I don't think Shador is out of the cards for the Raiders. I know people want to talk about the extension they gave Geno, but who cares? Because I'll still draft Shador
I mean,
if
You
I
can
think
get out
one of
of
my
Geno in like a year or so. So
yeah, that's
like
what I'm saying. Like I will still draft Shador, have him sit, and then once it's time for him to take the reins of the team, I already got my future franchise quarterback in that building. I ain't gotta wait for the next draft or hope I get them in the upcoming draft. I'll do it now. Secure my future now.
right. Oh man, it's interesting, man. This draft is interesting.
yeah, I've been saying it in spaces this week, man. Like, I know who getting drafted first, but after that, I mean, from
It's a
2 to 30,
juggling act.
I mean, it could fall like 80 different ways. Like, and I haven't seen a draft like this in a while where you could say that you don't even really know who the top 5 picks going to be. Like, we think we know that Trav going to go 2 or Duke Carr going to go 2, but I mean, who's to say that Trav go 2 and then someone like Mason Graham go 3 or someone else? Like, just
Yeah, you never know.
Nah, that Mason Graham, like that's the one guy that's like kind of like
he's
pushing
just sitting
the
out there
pushing
right
the
now.
pile a little bit.
Yeah, like he's sitting out there. Not a lot of people talking about him. Like he's just sitting out there right now.
I've been watching like how kind of like how he moving in the draft, and he kind of like that teetering piece. Like he could be the guy that set off the fire.
Yeah, I mean, I think if he gets like, because I was saying this to a Giants fan this week. I was like, you could draft Abdul Carter, but don't you? You got edges already. Like when you want like a Mason Graham to play next to Dexter Lawrence, like because y'all don't really have anybody to play next to Dexter Lawrence right now. And I mean, Dexter Lawrence is taking on double and triple teams. So why wouldn't you try to make that guy's life a little bit easier by drafting someone on the interior of the line? But yeah, I mean, it's very unpredictable this year, man. Like I'm confident in who getting picked first, but after that, I have no clue.
The smoke and mirrors will kind of like sway your perception of how the draft going too. Like you hear all the rumors and you hear all this and you like, dang, you kind of start like adding into your analysis of what you thought about the draft. Anyways, you like, yeah, it kind of makes sense that they would go in this route, like,
I think all these niggas is lying. I don't believe shit.
cause like the Genty to the Raiders to me it don't make sense, but it makes sense. Like
Really,
it's
The
because
like
they ain't
thing
got.
with the Raiders, they can literally do anything at 6 because they have so many positions in need.
yeah,
I mean, the only thing about the Raiders taking Genty at 6 is that you can get a running back later in the draft. Like you don't got to take one in the first round. But the problem is the Raiders, they definitely need a running back though. That running back room
Mm-hmm.
is real. Is
It's
him.
it's so mad, bro.
Yeah. So and I mean, they traded for Geno, so it put them in a position where they don't have to draft a quarterback at 6. They could, but they don't have to.
But yeah, it's not a priority. Like
Yeah.
they could go say Mason Graham fall to 6. They can go
They can go
that.
Mason. Yeah. They
They
can
can
go
go
Mason.
Mason. They can
They can
go
go Will Johnson.
yeah, they can go like the thing about the Raiders is they can go anywhere and draft any player and I'll be fine with it just because they need the talent.
I mean, they could even draft Ted McMillan to pair with their second and third wide receivers and Bowers. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
because I think at the Y they got Jacoby Myers, and then at the Z I think they got Trey Tucker. So, but right now without Ted, they don't have a number one wide receiver. So they could even go there. I mean, they could even go wide receiver. Like they go Ted at 6. Just, but I mean that's a good position to be in where other teams don't know where you're going. Like that, that's a great position to be in because I mean then if somebody wants to trade with you because because they think you might draft a player, but you in your war room, you were never going to draft a player, but you trade back and you get more assets because another team doesn't know where you're going to
Mm-hmm.
go.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a good. Like unlike my team, everybody's assuming that we either going to take a left tackle or we're going to take an edge rusher at 4. So I mean, there's really not too much more intrigue other than that.
yeah. But I think every team in this first 13 picks can hit you with a curveball that you don't see coming,
That's true too.
except for one. That's not, and they might can even hit us with a curve like that, bro. That to me, I was talking to one of my little partners last night. And I was just like, bro, you know, what would be the craziest thing, like them setting off the draft, not drafting Cam. Like I obviously know
I'll
that
be
I feel like they
insane.
would, but like them drafting anybody other than Cam right now to me seems insane.
I'd be shocked because they didn't make any. Like their quarterback room consists of Will Levis, and that's it. There's no one else in that room. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, because Mason, I think, went back to the
Steelers,
Steelers.
yeah. So all they have is Will Levis. They don't, and they didn't sign
Mm,
another veteran quarterback. I mean, unless they plan to call Aaron Rodgers or something like, unless
uh,
we don't know about it. But other than that, they don't got a lot of moves at quarterback. And I don't think that coach. If you watch any of them Titans games and the way that he was talking to Will Levis during them games, I don't think he wants Will Levis start one of them games at all.
at all. And then I'm
But
just
that's the only one that can
saying,
really like that's to me, just me.
they to me, that's a hell of a smoke screen with all the time and attention you've put into um analyzing Cam,
Yeah.
evaluating him. Like they've put in a lot of time over the last month into Cam Ward. So for you not to draft him, that's crazy.
I mean, the only smoke screen I can see from the Titans is they're going to take a quarterback, but they don't take Cam. They take Shador instead. I don't see that happening, but like that would also shake up the draft too.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they were to take Shador at 1, then if you're the Browns, like the Browns and the Giants really like Cam Ward. So what do the Browns still want to draft Travis Hunter, or do they want to take Cam Ward? So
That's all I was saying. Like the Titans could really start a war. Bro, like not taking Cam Ward, like obviously, just like Pop said, like they've been putting all their time in. They've been like analyzing. They brought him in for a second workout. Like they put it all out there. Like, look, we know who we picking and everything else. And then you just like come to that first pick. Like you have y'all ever heard like the Reggie Bush, how he like he only got interviewed by one team and none of the other teams interviewed him because they knew he was going one for all these weeks, and then all of a sudden, right at the draft, they took like Mario Williams.
I mean, that type of stuff happens a lot more than we want to admit. Like I mean, sometimes teams don't want to give away their hand, like or like you just said, like they only interview one guy, and then we all think, oh, well, that's what they're going to take, and then they throw you a curveball. They only take someone else. It's not impossible. Like it's happened a good amount of times. It could definitely happen again. I'd be shocked though, and it'd be good for theater though.
Oh man, like the way people would react live. Obviously, we're gonna be, you know what I mean. I'm gonna be live during the draft, but reaction that probably happen worldwide will be like, "Whoa, what's happening now?" Like you gonna hear the phones in the background. That's how you go.
Yeah.
People gonna be calling the Browns at 2 because obviously they expected Shador to be available, or they expected Abdul Carter to be, but they didn't expect Cam Ward to be on the board. Like, so now it's gonna be like a mad frenzy. You know what I mean? It's gonna be because it's teams out there that probably would be willing to trade up at this point. Like,
I mean, the Giants,
like you said, the Giants obviously they calling.
Yeah.
You don't know what the interest of like a team like trying to think who's in
maybe like the Raiders will call, or maybe the Saints will call, or even maybe the Steelers.
That's what I'm finna say. Like maybe the Saints, like they sitting there and they like with Cam Ward off the table, you know, they having and that might be the number one guy on their board. He fall and they like, whoa, hold on now. I mean, let me see if I can get. It could be interesting. That could be a mad frenzy.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't see it happening. But I mean, for my narrative, it would work good if the Titans took Shador at 1. That for me would be perfect. I'm not gonna lie to you. It'd be perfect for me, because if that happens, then that means I'm guaranteed to get either Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter. Like, because either the Browns gonna take Cam at 2, or someone's coming up at 2 to take Cam, and like the Browns will trade down. And if the Browns don't trade down, they take Trav, then I know the Giants are gonna take Cam Ward. They will definitely do that. So
if they take Abdul Carter, you sitting at 4, you get a haul though for Cam at 4. Man,
but the thing is, if Cam is at 3, I mean, the Giants are definitely taking him. So that would either leave Travis Hunter or I mean Abdul Carter, and I don't think the Patriots are trading out of that. Like I think they would take one of them 2 players.
If Trav and Abdul are gone, you think they sit?
I don't think you can trade the pick, because who's really coming up to 4 to take? I mean, I guess if you find a team, maybe like the Raiders, if they really want Mason Graham and they want to come up from 6 to 4, and they're willing to give like a 2nd or a 3rd round pick, then I think we would do that. But other than short of that, I just think at 4, nobody's coming up at 4, because there's nothing to come up for, unless the Raiders really think that the Jackets going to take Mason and they got to trade up in front of them to us to get Mason. That's the only way that I think we would trade that pick. And I just don't see that happening. I mean, being at 4 in this year's draft is just not. It's not a.
So you saying if you had 4 and they gone, you pretty much probably taking Mason?
They're either going to take Mason or Will Campbell,
or the tackle.
Yeah, I mean Will Campbell or maybe Membu. I mean, the only concern with Membu was Membu played right tackle at Missouri. I mean, he got the best tape out of all the tackles, and he had the best combine, but the boy never played left tackle. So I don't know if you want to draft. I don't know if you want to draft a right tackle and try to transition that kid to left. Like I mean, not saying he can't do it. I just don't know if you want to do that kind of thing.
Hey man, your biggest fan here, JMIK.
Say what?
Your biggest fan, Jude, is here.
I mean, I'm not saying what makes sense. I mean, we can all largely speak of what makes sense, but this is the NFL draft. There's a lot of shit that don't make sense. You know, I mean, the Falcons drafting Penix at 8 when they had just signed old boy didn't make sense. So, and then I mean, the year before when they drafted Bijan when they had Algier, and he had rushed for what, 1,200 yards a year before? That didn't make sense either. Like,
I don't agree, JMIK, because I was saying I love the move. You know, that's when you take him. So I think it's going to work out.
I mean,
I said Penix was the best quarterback in the draft.
Yeah, I wasn't saying that. Like I really like Penix. Like I was telling people after that Natty game that he didn't play the greatest in. I told people he's still going top 15. I said it on this pod. I said it in Twitter space. I was certain he was going top 15.
But that was more. I'm not sure how much more he could have in that game.
Yeah, but it's the fact that he didn't look good in that game. Like like there were some throws that he missed, but like I'd watched Penix for 2 years, and I knew
Yeah,
what kind of arm that he had. I wouldn't
yeah.
like. I mean, to me, he wasn't the best quarterback in the draft. Like, I was a Jaden guy, so I like
So
Jaden Daniels a lot. So
yeah,
um,
like
so year one I was proven right. So
I just like Penix between the ears. You know what I'm saying? I think that he processes very well. And if you give him the right amount of time, I think I think his floor is like Jared Goff, where he is right now with Detroit. But I don't think that's his floor. I think he's gonna be way better than that. Like a Warren Moon type. I think he has those type of capabilities.
I mean, to me, I had Penix as QB4 in that draft. Like I thought he was behind Caleb. I thought he was behind Jaden. I thought he was behind Drake. And then it's just because that those guys did not have injury concerns. They just didn't.
Yeah.
So and like Smitty and Pop could tell you, like I love like leading up in the college football season. I love Penix like the previous year. I loved him during the college season. Like he was one of the guys I really liked. But I just knew he was going to be the fourth quarterback taken. Like I didn't see him going to because I mean Drake's ceiling was higher, Caleb's ceiling was higher, and like Jaden's floor was higher. So I didn't see how he was going to go before those guys. I mean, Penix could turn out to be the best quarterback in this class. Like I mean, we don't. It's just 1 year. Like we don't
Yeah.
know that.
I think that they're better football players than him, but like quarterback, what a quarterback does, in the pocket, like reading defenses, going through his progressions, that type of shit, like the between the ear shit. I think he is. I will give him the highest grade.
Man, Drew better be quiet. I mean, people on the show know I did not want Penix over me, man. What I said was that if we don't get Jaden Daniels, I'll be okay with May. See, I'm not one of them dudes that hated on Drake May. I didn't hate Drake May. He just wasn't my number one preference. That's all.
Bro, I think Jaden Daniels is going to be. Oh,
And I got to see how he improves. Like, I mean, because if you look at his college year, like every year he improved. So I got to see
yeah.
if he still does that in the
But
league.
that's the thing, though. Like this motherfucker is so dynamic. Like
Yeah.
he dictates the defense so much that he makes it easy for his offensive coordinator to put him in a position to hit the layups because he everybody's watching him, you know. So even if he stays where he is, man, if you give him more talent, oh my God, yo.
Yeah, but I mean that's all. And I'm not comparing the
And I
season.
was wrong about Jaden Daniels, by the way. I was
Yeah.
wrong.
See, I mean, I love Jaden last year, but like I'm not gonna like pump my chest. Over 1 year. Like I gotta like like he's a guy. He's a guy that I like the most, but it's only been 1 year. Like, and I think a lot of
Man, that
people learned
was
that
a
from
pretty
CJ Stroud. Like
fucking
people
good
pumping the
1
chest
year,
about
dog.
CJ though, and CJ first year he had a good year. Last year, like there were
Not
all
like that.
circumstances. There was, but his CJ's first year was
Yeah,
CJ
no.
only like 4
CJ, I'm just talking about the impact. Like, yes, he had a good year.
I
But
mean, you
with
do know.
Jaden Daniels and what he did, that's not even the same conversation, in
But you
my
do know.
opinion.
But you do know that both of them teams when they got drafted were like 3 or 4 win teams.
Hmm.
And then the very next year both of them guys went to the playoffs and won at least one playoff game. Obviously, Jaden won 2. CJ had won 1.
Hmm.
And CJ won his division. And people shit on the South, but you still got to win your division. He still won it. So comparing the two, all I'm saying is that CJ, the second year was not as good as his first. And you could say because offensive line was bad, receivers got hurt,
But
whatever you want to
yeah,
say.
that matters.
Yeah, but
His talent wasn't there.
so and that's why I'm kind of cooling it on Jaden. Like I gotta see what they do in the draft, and I gotta see how he plays in the second year. Like I'm not just about to pump my chest. Oh yeah, I had Jaden as QB1. I did, but I gotta see it again. Like I gotta see it one more time.
Well, the
And
thing
shit,
is, that entire Commanders team overachieved. Like there was
Yeah,
players
he
that,
carried.
yeah, like there were players on that team that when they made the signing, I'm like, I don't know how much this moves the needle for them. And they became all pros from 'em. Played at
yeah.
higher calibers than I think they had in quite some time in the league.
Yeah,
So now it's like, okay, we saw what y'all did last year. Y'all made it to the conference championship game. Okay, cool. But now y'all have a second place schedule. Y'all don't have a last place schedule. You have a second place schedule now. How do y'all face that adversity? Because teams are now going to be coming for you because of the success you had. So
Yeah,
how will y'all be able to adjust?
I mean, it just depends. Like, it's hard because like we don't even know what the schedule is. Like, I mean, and you know, I mean, that's why I kind of stay away from trying to predict who's going to win these divisions. Like, I need to see the schedule. Like, I need to see where your like road games are. You know, in terms of bye week, how many road games you have in a row, how many home games you have in a, like all these little factors matter. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and so like we know who they play, but I don't know in what order do they play. It's just like for example, like do you play the Eagles one week and then you got to travel to Dallas for the very next week? It's like situations like that. Like I don't know that. So I mean, for me, it's just hard. Like, and obviously, we haven't seen who they drafted yet. So
Exactly.
I'm not going to tell you how many games that you're going to win or how unsuccessful you're going to be. But I don't know who you drafted, and I don't know what your schedule exactly looks like.
I don't think schedules come out to what, mid-May, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep, something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
We're
but I
gonna
got my eye on a few teams. The
yeah.
Bears, the Commanders. I'm gonna see what the Jaguars talking about.
To me, I think
Cause
the Jaguars got to take something on defense. Like I feel like they got to take a DT or a corner because, like, I mean, for as much man coverage as they played last year, if they continue to if they want to play cover one like that again, they're gonna need another corner for that.
you don't think they try to invest in Trevor, get him a tight end or a wide receiver?
They're I mean, they cut Ingram, but the tight end that they have, he was when Ingram was hurt last year, he was playing. Brenton Strange, and I mean Brenton Strange
Strange,
is actually pretty
yeah.
good. Not
Who's
not a
that?
bad tight end.
I mean, they did just hire offensive coordinator as head coach.
Yeah, I mean, but they
Yeah,
cut the
but the
players that they
thing
didn't want to.
is, I think Kirk is gone.
Yeah, I mean, Kirk
Christian
went to the
Kirk.
Texans.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is Gabe Davis still there?
Gabe is still there. Yeah,
Okay. So they
Gabe.
still they still need a wide receiver to add to
Not
that room.
realistically though, because like they drafted Parker Washington 2 years ago, and when Kirk was hurt last year, Parker Washington had a good year last year. So I think he's going to slide into the third wide receiver. I mean, I think they're going to draft one. I'm not sure how early it's going to be though,
No, I think it's probably in the later rounds for the Jags. I don't think they need to address that position. Um,
because I think their
in
trio
the
was good.
first 2-3 rounds, I don't think they really need to.
Because I mean, the craziest thing was like the like Parker Washington 2 years ago in the draft. Like, I actually wanted to take because they got him in like the fourth or the fifth, and I was like, man, like we should have took him there because he had the potential, but I mean they got him and he's a prosper down there. So yeah, I mean, so we're gonna start, right?
yeah, we can start it up. I mean, I think we all got a consensus on that number one already, right?
Yeah, before all that
Mm,
talk we doing
mm.
it, I still think they're taking Cam though.
Now we was just talking. I mean, it's
Yeah,
nothing interesting, but we can get him off the floor. Let him pop up.
I agree. I think they had to take Cam. They got to.
that he's the 21st ranked player. That's crazy.
Jeez.
And I thought he'd be a little higher than that.
All right.
Now,
Cam Ward is off the board.
now here's where the discussion comes in.
I think it's Abdul, to be honest. Honest opinion.
Yeah, that sounds like some Brown shit. I mean,
Yeah,
if y'all like it, I love it.
I'm gonna put my vote in for Travis Hunter. Just the way the GM been talking about you know what I mean, like comparing him to like I mean like the baseball player from the Dodgers, I mean Shohei Ohtani. I'm gonna
I'm
can't vote for Trav.
I'm switching the JMIK because that's what I really wanted to say. But
Yeah, I mean, just when I seen that video of him comparing him to Shohei Ohtani, and just the way that he was talking about the boy, I'm like, you don't talk about someone like that if you're not gonna draft him. So
Yeah, I agree with the Trav. The Browns taking Trav because just to J Mick's point, it's the GM, other front office staff talking about Travis Hunter and the dynamic player he is, the type of athlete that he is. I think it's Hunter.
yeah,
But the problem I had with it was when they came out and said he's a receiver. It was just like,
that's cool.
yeah.
I mean, it was just like he
They make
already
the
like
same
kind of.
money.
But to be honest, if I'm Trav, I want to be a receiver, man. Receivers are getting paid much more than the corners. Like, like wide receiver twos are starting to get paid almost $30 million, while
Mm-hmm.
CB1s that's CB1 money. So I mean, if he's this dynamic player that everybody says he is, if he's ever a wide receiver one, like he's getting paid over 30, like without a doubt. So I don't know. You do bring up a good point. I'm gonna still stick like I said, the way the GM been hawking over Trav over the last 2 weeks, man. I just think that's the pick.
It's three of y'all. I mean, I can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. God, this is gonna hurt my soul right here, man. But I'm gonna go Abdul Carter here for the Giants.
I'm going
Okay.
Mason Graham.
You know what? I like Shador.
I mean, I wish they would draft Shador, but I don't. I don't know. So we got one vote for Shador, and we got what? One vote for Mason and one vote for Abdul. So I got.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I guess it's on you, Pop.
I already.
No, she voted Mason.
Oh,
I
Mason.
said Mason.
So I
Yeah,
said Mason. Oh
it's
no,
Smitty
you said Mason. I said Carter. Sir
and Sir
said
said Shador, so it's
Shador.
Smitty.
Yeah.
So it's on Smitty.
Interesting. It's three on the board. I don't think Abdul Carter makes sense, to be honest. Um, they got they just paid Buddy from the Panthers last year. What top of the market?
Burns, yeah.
Um, they got Kevon Thibodeau. I mean, and then they already drafted like a bunch of late guys last year, like in the draft to like add on to that edge rusher room, plus the vets they already had in the room. I think like it has to be between Mason Graham and Shador. Uh, I don't know what the issue, but I don't know what the issue is with Shador, but I think that might be the biggest smoke screen of the draft to me. I think they should go Shador. Like in my opinion, I think they should go Shador. But I don't know. Like all the smoke screens tell me otherwise. Like they tell me they don't like him and all that. So like, I'm gonna vote Shador, but I don't know how accurate that'll be because I know we're trying to get as close to accuracy as possible. I just don't know if they take him, but I do think
I
they should
I
take
think
Shador.
he built for it, man. I think they got pieces where, his floor can be a starter. I I, I think they can do it. He definitely can handle the pressure.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, for me and Deion Summer, I don't think the pressure is the issue.
Yeah.
And I think the Giants and the Giant fans like they want a Cam because of the high ceiling, like the arm strength. And the thing is, I know Shador doesn't have those things, but I think his accuracy is a big thing because like in the NFL, like you want your quarterback to be accurate. Um, so and I guess I mean some of the Giants also
Right.
feel like that I mean they could wait and get Shador later, but sometimes when you try to wait, like that could be your downfall. Because you try to wait and you try to jump back into the first round, into the late first round, and somebody might have took him already. So, but yeah, I mean it's it's 2-1-1. So I guess we're going Shador.
Yeah, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they go Shador and they just throwing out things out there for other people.
Yeah,
This Abdul Carter.
yeah. I mean if
Yeah,
Abdul's there, they're definitely going to Abdul Carter.
yeah, I agree. Abdul.
Jags are up. I listen, my opinion, probably should be Will Johnson. I think so. I think they need cornerback help, but that's just me.
Yeah, I'm going Mason Graham.
Yeah, I agree with Mason Graham for the Jags.
I mean, because they got two good edges. They, I mean, the interior, like they had Calais
Whew.
Campbell there last year, but then like he went back to the Cardinals, so they need someone to play on the inside.
That's yeah. I forgot. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm a little high. I completely forgot that he was still on the board. Yeah, I love that. I know I was talking that offense shit, but I like that for
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, and they got Trayvon, and then they got what I mean, not Josh Allen, but then he had changed his name now. I think it was like Josh Hines or some shit like that. So yeah. So we're on the Raiders next. What do they need? Running back, wide receiver, corner. I'm a vote for Will Johnson here because I think they need corner help. To me, Will Johnson is the number one corner, like it's especially man corner in this draft. Um, I mean, like the Raiders have a good D line, and I think if Mason Graham was still there, I think they would take him at 6. But I think they're gonna go Will Johnson here because they need the corner help.
That's the vote. Will Johnson.
Oh, that's just mine. That's
I'm going with Tech to the Raiders. I think they need to give Geno another weapon on that offense, and having a big body receiver like McMillan will help get him comfortable. I think they do have a solid core with Bowers, Tucker, I believe, and homeboy that was a Patriot that's been over there.
Oh, you talking about Jacoby Myers?
Yeah, Myers. Yeah, I think Ted will fit right in with that young core, and I think that'll help Gino really thrive within the offense that they're gonna have with the Raiders.
My pick here is either Genty or Will Johnson. So we can go Will Johnson.
Smitty. So and I take it and who you going?
I mean, I have voted him at 5, so I mean, I think he's going 6. I mean, I go Will Johnson here. I mean, they need cornerback help. I don't know. They're in a sticky situation.
Yeah, I mean, like they're in a spot where like if Shador is gone, it's just like they have a lot of different needs, so like they can go any which way though. So
Yeah, I really like Shador in Las Vegas with
it's
Bowers and
yeah. Now I mean the Jet situation a little bit is a little bit tougher though.
I'm going
Do
to
they
Tyler
have a
Warren.
right
Yeah,
tackle?
yeah. I
going
mean,
Tyler
to me it's
Warren.
either Warren or Membu because all the smoke is for Tyler Warren. Like that's where all you.
I'm voting Membu.
Yeah, I'm going Mimbu too because I think Fashanu, who they got last year, is moving to left
Yeah, he is.
tackle, and so they need a right tackle.
Yeah,
I just think
I
like
like Membu,
with how
dog.
that GM came out and pretty much like he basically said his biggest mistake last year was missing out on Bowers and not taking him. It just feels like to me like he set it up to take the best tight end this year to try to right that wrong. Like I think he really gonna try to get some offensive help on that side of the ball without going out and getting a bunch of
Yeah, but that
hoopla.
GM not there no more though.
Yeah,
And
it's a
they
new
fired that dude.
GM.
Yeah.
Yeah, they cleared house. They got a new GM, head
Yeah.
coach, all everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think the GM came from the Lions, didn't
think so. Somebody Glenn brought in.
That
he? Yeah.
even make it even better that they would go out and get it with what he just left with Sam Laporta.
Yeah, but you could also say that the Lions was drafting a lot of linemen like every year. Like
They
that's
Yeah,
was.
and if
a
you
lot of
listen to what Aaron Glenn said, like has been saying he knows they have to address the trenches.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna put my vote. Like for me, it's either Warren or Membu. But since like Olu's moving to left tackle, like, and they need a right tackle, I'm gonna put my vote for and Membu too, because I just think
Damn,
it's
I'm
where the
0 for
coach is
today.
coming from and where the GM is coming from.
I ain't got one right today. God
Yeah.
damn.
Well, to me, it's like the Jets are trying to build a culture. And the whole Warren thing for me is like I think most of the fan base wants to draft Warren because they didn't draft Bowers last year, and
Mm-hmm.
that's just not a way to run a draft board because you missed on a position last year in the first round. Oh well, I'm gonna just go that
I
position
wasn't
this
voting
year.
because of them, but I mean, if you want him to be successful, how do you put him on the offense and then still don't give him no? I mean, I don't
But
know. I don't know.
they can still get a tight end.
In the
Like this
second
tight
round.
end,
Yeah,
yeah, in the second and third round, they can still get a tight end. They don't have to take them there at a
I don't know.
7.
so
Outside of Tyler Warren for that offense, like I don't know, like
Like
They were the two.
Ferguson.
I don't know. That was
Like
just
when
my
I
Um,
opinion.
was in Jets commute, there was a conversation a few times, Warren or Mimble,
Yeah,
but it was about half and half, so I can't even use them to sway my vote. But I'm going Mimble.
yeah,
that's already picked. It ain't even like
Oh, okay, my bad. Damn,
it's already done.
I, I'm
yeah. I
over
mean,
here.
yeah, I
I
mean,
ain't
it's a
even hear that
discussion.
part. I
So, yeah.
apologize.
The Panthers, I'm putting my vote in for Tet because I just think they need more wide receiver help. They could use more help on defense. I mean, if Will Johnson was there, I think they would have took Will, but since he's gone already, I'm gonna go Tet.
Yeah.
That's 2 votes for Ted.
yeah,
Uh,
because I'm not voting for Ted. And this is specifically from everything I've seen from Panthers media, clips of their GM, clips of their head coach, clips of their defensive coordinator. Um, I feel like they going Walker here.
Oh, and the Jalen Walker.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you've been paying attention today, because I mean, like that's your division too. Um, so if you're gonna go Jalen Walker, man, I guess I'll change my
yeah, if
vote.
you gonna go Jalen.
Yeah, I mean that's your division. I mean, you watched the videos that I ain't seen. So I mean, so I'm gonna go with you.
Yeah, if you listen to them, they've been talking like this defense got to get fixed. They've been saying it since the combine. They've been saying it after the combine. They understand that they need to address this defense. And Walker is a player that has been connected to them since the combine.
I don't think going Jalen Walker 8 is that far fetched. Um, and like I said, I mean, like you didn't watch all the videos from their coaching staff to the GM to the defensive coordinator. So yeah, and I'm fine with that.
Saints.
I don't know.
I'm gonna vote for Will Campbell because didn't y'all tackle retire, right?
No, we don't need a tackle. All right, listen.
Really?
Yeah, we don't need a tackle. We have Talise Fuaga, who we drafted last year, who's our
Yeah,
left
last year, yeah.
tackle, and we
Yeah, I know
moved
about him.
Trevor Penning to right tackle. Ryan Ramchak has not played a game for us since 2023 because he
Okay.
has his knees is they gone.
Okay,
They
so
gone. Yeah,
yeah,
so we
so
know we don't need a tackle. My
I
problem is
mean
I just
scroll down
don't
some more.
know what they're going. I genuinely don't know what they're doing at this spot.
I mean the scroll down, Smitty. Didn't one of your corners leave too though? 'Cause I thought he went to the Giants, right?
Both our corners left. We traded Lattimore, and then Paulson and Debo went to the Giants in free agency.
And
So
then you got
yeah,
the other corner that got hurt. What he like broke his leg, right?
that's Paulson.
Oh, so Paulson left.
Yeah, our
Um,
starting corners right now are Alante Taylor and Kool-Aid McKinstry.
yeah, so like Alante had a good year his first year, and then last year wasn't as good. And then you drafted Kool-Aid last year, so not necessarily need a corner. Um, this is gonna be interesting. Um,
I need an edge rusher. I ain't gonna hold you because I only got Carl Granderson
uh,
and nobody else.
yeah, but I don't think if you were to take an edge rusher here, you'd be kind of Smitty, scroll down one more time because I don't think there's any edges.
There's
There's
not.
not really any edges in that vicinity. And I don't think y'all gonna take Mike Green. I don't see that for y'all. Huh. You don't really need, because I mean you do. Your corners aren't not bad. This is an interesting pick.
I will say I wouldn't mind Tech here. Only reason why is I need Olave to get from the outside.
So you want him playing in the slot?
Yes, I feel like it hits better for him to play in the slot. He's not an outside receiver. We need a big body receiver on the outside. We need that. We don't have that. We have a lot of
Because I mean at wideout you have
fast, skinny guys.
yeah.
Like
I mean, because at wideout you have Olave, and then you got the other kid. What was that?
Rashid Shaheed.
Yeah, Rashid Shaheed.
And
I
then
mean,
we drafted Bud Means out of Pitt, but he didn't really play until like the last few games, and then he was in and out of the lineup. Like
I mean,
we
he's
don't
like
really have a three. Yeah, we don't really
I
have
mean,
a
he's like a
three.
developmental player to me. I mean, Bud Means because I mean, Bud Means was like linked to the Patriots last year too. I mean, yeah, I mean, you draft Ted at 9. I mean, that's good value, and you could use another wide receiver that gives you like a different aspect. Because I mean, like Ted's not going to give you like a deep threat, but he's going to give you the intermediate to short game. Yeah, that's kind of tough though. Like, I mean, but I do think if Shador was there at 9 or something, y'all might think about that though. But
No, I think that would be the pick. There, if Shador was there, yeah,
yeah.
I think that would be a pick. But if he's not, I genuinely don't know what direction they're gonna go after that.
So I guess 10 is the pick. I mean, unless you have objections to it.
Nah.
This is
Bears at 10.
This is where it gets sticky to me because the Bears got picked 39 and 41 in the second round, and I mean they could go Genty at 10. I mean that's kind of what a lot of people got their mock to. But I don't know, like all this, like for me, when you have that much smoke linked to you, it just always makes me question: is that really going to be the pick?
Thing about the Bears is they don't really have a pressing need because they addressed it all during free agency.
I mean, they don't even have a need at running back. If you want, I was talking the other day, like they got DeAndre Sweat, they got Roshan Johnson. Like Roshan's the goal line back, and Swift is their one, but Swift ain't. I mean, I don't love Swift. Like I mean, he don't. To me, he don't. I mean, see the holes. All the time correctly.
So basically,
but yeah, I was gonna say I think they could go running back in the second round. I don't think they got to go right now.
Okay, I like Genty here.
Me too.
I feel like the question is he worth being picked at 10? I think 10 is safe for him, to be honest with you. I think he has the capability of being better than that entire running back group. So, and shit, he helps out the quarterback. If he's successful, if he's good, he's going to help Caleb. You know what I'm saying?
He's really good in pass blocking too.
I mean, but then again, I mean, if you say that, then I could say, well, yeah, I mean, they could also draft Tyler Warren too, though.
Hey, I wouldn't be. I mean, getting Tyler Warren at 10 ain't nobody gonna look at you crazy. That's not a reach.
Yeah, because I mean, Tyler
So
Warren.
So is Genty a reach at 10? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. I mean, Genty or Tyler Warren is not a reach at 10. I mean, because I mean, some people think that Genty is like the third best player in this draft in terms of talent or whatever. I mean, some people have him at 4. So I mean, to get the 4th best player in the draft at 10, no, I mean that's not a reach at all. I mean, the only way you would think it's a reach is because of the position that he plays.
Yeah,
I mean, running back. So, I mean, I'm gonna put my vote in for Tyler Warren. Because like I said, like they have the 39 and 41 pick, and I think they could take a running back there. So if they so choose. So I'm gonna go Tyler Warren.
I'm on Genty.
Genty.
Yeah, I think it's Genty too. 49ers.
Um,
49ers.
so a part of me wants to say Banks, but this is gonna be my first time doing this. I'll take Will Campbell right here and
I
put
was gonna
him
say the
at
same.
left guard.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. I think if Will Campbell's there at 11 for the 49ers, like I think, like some people consider him the number one tackle in the, I'm in the draft or or whatnot. Some people have Membu first and him second. I think if you get him at 11, that's a great value. So I think you got to lock in on that.
But my thing
Yeah, I
is,
agree.
I feel like I will draft him as a tackle, but if not, he should pan out or be the type of guard that people expected him to be as a tackle. He'll be as good as a guard as they expected him to be as a tackle. So I ain't nothing wrong with having a left guard, right?
I mean, who do
Yeah,
you guys have playing
and
right tackle?
Right
uh,
tackle is McKivitz, but they not going they gonna bring in some competition, but they not drafting nobody to take his spot.
Yeah, because I was gonna say to me, I think Will Campbell could play right tackle. I don't think he could play left in the, like in terms of NFL, but I think he'd be able to do it at right. But I mean, yeah, I mean,
Well, if we
he
gonna
could
go
play
right tackle, then I want Banks then.
yeah.
Because I want him either at left tackle or left guard.
I mean,
yeah, because Will has in college he only played left guard and left tackle.
yeah. Um, and I don't think your guard situation is that great anyway. So yeah, I mean, like Will Campbell at like left guard would be
Oh
good.
no, we need a left guard for
Yeah,
sure.
and then if he could play
Um,
next to Trent like that, that'd be a solid left side too.
yeah, and if Trent retires this year or next year, um, we could try to move him out and see how he works. If not, put him back to left.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, I'm
That's
gonna, yeah, I'm gonna go and add Will Campbell here because I just think the value at 11 is good for him there.
Yeah, that's a great spot for him to go.
Cowboys at 12.
Oof.
Yeah, I mean, this is tough.
you know what, man.
I mean,
This
'cause I
They
uh,
need
think,
a
this
wide receiver, bro.
yeah, I was about to say, I feel like they need a wide receiver.
I'm gonna
They
say this is
They
what
they
Dallas
fan
takes.
they fan base. Like talking to them. I just did a show with them the other night. They kind of like um kind of split, right? But like you got a third of the fan base want running back. They want Amaria and Hampton at 12. And you got the other third, they want Matthew Golden at 12. And the other third want Kelvin Banks.
well, the thing is,
I mean, did they
they
just draft
need
a
a
tackle?
running back and a wide receiver.
Well, they said they want to because they said that I guess the tackle they think he'll play better at guard, so they want to move him inside and move Kelvin outside.
To me though, like I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Matthew Golden because I think if you compare Matthew Golden up with CD Lamb, like that's a killer move to me because I mean like Golden's gonna be your deep threat, and he can still run intermediate routes, and then you got CD Lamb. So I mean like you got those two guys, and I mean Dak's coming back. Like I just think that'd be a good 1-2 punch for Dak to throw to.
Yeah, I agree with Matthew Golden at this spot. They need somebody on the opposite side of CD because they don't have nothing.
And I mean Jerry loves like Texas players too, man. Like not UT Texas, but like players that are from that state.
Yeah, no, I got what you meant.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna just go off the board. I think they should take Walter Nolan.
That's kind of where I was sitting to 50-50. I was looking though I think Mozzie Smith bust. I think they need somebody to pair up with Osu and Micah. They don't really got no help on that D line. Like that D line is scraped. Didn't the other dude just go to another team too? He went to like the Seahawks or something.
No, I
Oh,
thought they
you
re-
talking about D-Law? Yeah, he
Yeah,
left.
yeah,
Demarcus
yeah,
Lawrence. I mean, he left. So like,
yeah. As far as the edge, but I thought they re-signed a D tackle though.
yeah, Osu. That's who that.
Osu,
That's what I
Osu,
said.
yeah.
Osu and Micah, the only two on that line right now. Like
And
outside
what
of that, they
like
really don't got no help.
and what like Osu's what a 3 tech, right?
Yeah, he a 3 tech.
Yeah.
So I think like to me, like Walter Nolan. I mean, I know they need help at wide receiver, but
I mean, Walter Nolan could play the 3 tech or even the 5 tech. I think.
they need trench help. Like they lost a lot of that, and then a lot of it ain't really good. A lot of it's just pieces. I
Yeah.
mean,
I'm still gonna stick with Golden for me though. I mean, that's gonna be my pick though.
it's 2-2.
Then we just gotta flip a coin then.
Uh-huh.
I guess we'll do what Golden his heads and Walter Nolan his tails. I guess.
Hey
Mm-hmm.
Siri, flip a coin. It's heads. What you say heads was?
Uh,
Matthew Golden.
Golden, yeah. And plus, I mean, the way Jerry operates that team, yeah, like he
I
would
just
need
don't see
Walter
him going
Nolan.
receiver, bro. I
No,
don't.
I
Yeah.
mean, I could definitely see it because I mean, it's a Texas kid too. I could definitely see it
Yeah, same.
because I mean, Jerry is good for that, man. Like Jerry is good for making like an impulse pick, man.
I think they go wide receiver or running back because they understand that they are very talent deficient at both positions right now. Outside of CD Lamb with the wide receivers, you don't have a running back because you let Rico walk.
Yeah, the offense is a little bit more difficult because they're trying to trade their corner, who's well, I mean, their corner that should be playing safety. Their tackle just retired. But they did draft what's his name, Patrick Paul last year. But Patrick Paul, I heard the play wasn't that great. I think the Dolphins should go tackle here. Like
Um,
personally, like I think they should go Kelvin.
Banks.
Yeah,
Um. hmm,
well,
Okay.
Teron
Yeah.
Armstead was their left tackle. He just retired too. So yeah, they need something on that line.
yeah, and I mean the tackle play wasn't that great last year, anyways.
Yep.
So yeah, I'd probably go Kelvin. Like I want to go Malachi for them because they're going to need some help in
They
that.
need a safety. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think the tackle is the more pressing need. I mean, you can get a safety in the second round, like or even the third. The tackle's a little bit more thin in this draft, so yeah. I mean, I'm gonna go Kelvin Banks here for them.
Yeah, I agree. I think tackle is a position they have to address at this spot.
So y'all like Kelvin Banks Jr. here? Alrighty. And we're
I mean,
here.
it's a little bit more of a reach, but and not a pick Simmons for them, but Simmons coming off that injury, like I think that's why Simmons has fallen down the board. So yeah, thanks.
Tyler Warren here, I guess.
I mean, that's every mark that I have. Every mark I've ever done, Tyler won't go in this spot, man.
Yeah, even auto draft mocks Tyler Warren
Yeah,
to the Colts, bro.
yeah. So I'm cool with that.
I'm gonna put my vote in here. I don't know, but I think they need to go edge. I think James Pierce Jr. or Mike Green should go here, but that's
And
just
I think
my
they need to go Walter Nolan, to be honest, because it's like I mean, like they're DT left to go to the Bears. They've been needing edge help, and I mean Walter
Well,
Nolan.
they cut him. They cut Grady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They cut him. So I mean, for me, like I said, Nolan can play the 3 or the 5 tech. So I mean, depending on, I mean, like he's the kind of guy you can move around. Like I wouldn't obviously, like I wouldn't have him playing the 5 tech every single play, but but he does have that flexibility to do both. So I'm gonna go Walter Nolan.
They drafted Rook last year. Wasn't he a D tackle?
Yeah, but I thought Rook was more like a run stopping D tackle though.
Mm.
Do you think he's like a bigger guy? I thought. Could look it up though.
I mean, I
My
ain't mad at
vote
Walter
is
Nolan.
yeah. I don't hate Walter here.
all
Let
right.
me just see how big Rook is.
I'm going
Pause.
Jahad Barron. for the Cardinals.
Yeah, he's like
Yeah.
6'4", 295.
I said Jade. My bad.
Yeah, I'd go corner. Like they're another team. Like they don't got a bunch of needs. Yeah, but I go Jade Barron here too because they're in desperate need of corner help.
Oof, that defense is some buns with the Bengals.
I want to give them Malachi Starks, but I think they need a linebacker more. Like I could see
They
them
need line or a DT. They need something.
and I just think if Jihad is there, man, like for that defense, like I would definitely either go Jihad or Mike Green.
I'm going Jihad.
Yeah, I mean me too.
They
Yeah,
need a linebacker, man.
yeah, because like their linebacker play last year was just not good.
Oof, it was mid.
I
Certified.
like Mike Green. I like Mike Green.
All right, so
So Miss Smitty, it's on you then.
Interesting. They kind of need a little bit of both, to be honest.
It's basically what level of the defense you voted for.
Yeah.
So what do you think they need the most help?
I'm probably just gonna go Jihad because, like, I mean, I think they have no help at linebacker. They got a little bit at edge. You know what I mean? That linebacker play is kind of bad. So I'm gonna get them Campbell in this situation.
All right.
The nasty Seahawks. My God.
Oh, I'll definitely get them stocks.
I was gonna say like who's. I mean, but didn't they just draft a safety a couple years ago though? Like the top 5 pick.
I thought that was a corner.
Oh, that
Yeah,
they Miller?
Witherspoon.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
Witherspoon.
Yeah,
Witherspoon.
Yeah, he the best nickel in the league.
Damn, a
yeah.
nickel.
Hmm.
Driving a dude in the top 5 and he's a nickel. That's
I
crazy.
mean, that's what he panned out to be, but I mean, he
I
good,
don't
dog. Like,
want.
don't that nigga. I'm not. He's the best nigga in the league. If your man line up in the spot, Witherspoon more than likely. I'll put my money on him. That boy nice, man.
So at safety, they got Kobe Bryant and Julian Love. I'm familiar with Julian Love because they got him from the Giants, and they gave him a deal, like a good sized deal. And he's actually been Julian Love actually been pretty good for them. So
You said they got Julian Love at safety.
yeah, he's their strong safety, I believe.
And who's the other one?
And actually, Julian's the free safety. Kobe Bryant is the strong safety.
Oh yeah, I'm going Mike Green.
Yeah, I think they could use edge help. So I would agree with the Mike Green. I think safety could kind of wait for them. I don't think it's as big of a need as edge. Because I think at the edges they got Jaron Green. I'm just a 3-4 defense, so he's not really their edge. Like the edges are DeMarcus Lawrence, who they signed, and then I mean Ernest to me not really an edge rusher though. He's more of he's more of like a weak side linebacker. So yeah, I guess I put my vote for it in the Mike Green too, because I mean it's actually a good value to get him right here.
Pop, what you voted?
Malachi Starks.
So we 2-2 again.
Mm-hmm.
If we 2-2, then just let me flip the coin again, I guess.
All right. Malachi heads, Mike Green tails. Hey Siri, flip a coin. It's heads again. They get Malachi, right? Yeah.
Wow.
So Mike Green goes to the Bucks.
I think the Bucks need corner. Like they need
Yeah, they need a
corner or safety.
cornerback. They need
I mean, it sucks for them because they would have got Malachi if he was.
What corner they gonna reach for at this point though? Trey Amos?
Nah, you're not reaching that far up.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Nah.
I think all the people they probably kind of like wanted kind of fell out the board a little bit. I think they need. I mean, they've been looking for help at linebacker, but Jahad Campbell went to out of their range. I think he was on their
Yeah, I
board
think
for
they
sure.
might wait.
Yeah, I mean, let me see what they got playing that edge. So the edge they got Anthony, what? No, not Anthony Walker. They got the Yaya Diaby kid, and on the strong side, oh shit, like they signed Hassan Reddick. I didn't even know they signed Hassan Reddick.
Mm-hmm.
Did not know that. I mean, yeah, he might actually pan out there. They got Tyke at the nickel, Jamal Dean at left corner, and Zion McCullum, whoever the hell that is, at right.
That's their rookie from last year.
Okay. And then at safety, they got Jordan Whitehead and Winfield. I mean, like Winfield is a pretty good safety. I mean, they could use a better strong safety though. But like I said, I mean, the
And Dean
Malcolm.
is buns at the cornerback position. They need a cornerback there.
Yeah, well, the problem is that they get a corner here, like they're reaching though. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm. So they
And
gotta go edge.
they don't really need a wide receiver because they still got Mike Evans. They got Chris Godwin, and then they drafted a kid out of Washington last
McMillan.
McMillan. So they don't really need that. They drafted a running back last year. I mean, like their line is one of the best offensive lines in football. So
They don't. Yeah, they don't need. They really just need.
I mean, like
What
they
it
need.
says for their team needs. That's exactly what they need.
Yeah, I mean, like they need secondary help. I don't know. I don't love giving them Mike Green. I'd probably give him the kid out of BC. I'd give him Donovan.
I'm okay with either one of those, but I just
I don't
just
have
think
a problem either.
Yeah, I think Donovan would just fit their scheme better though. So I'll go Donovan as a Ruku, or yeah. The Broncos.
I
See,
go
I've seen a
Mike
lot of mocks
Green
that got them
here.
taking a running back or a wide receiver. I seen some that got them taking Hampton, and I've got some that see them taking Burton. But it's weird though because I don't think their wide receiver core is all that bad. It's not the greatest, but it's like to me, it's not the worst either.
I wouldn't be mad at Omari and Hampton here though.
Yeah, I mean, because they let their running back go to
Dallas
Cowboys, and I mean
They do need a running back though.
They did draft Audric Estime last year too, though.
But he wasn't really getting burned.
Yeah.
It was
It was McLaughlin that was getting all the carries.
McLaughlin.
Yeah.
He was getting burned when the other running back got hurt again.
Yeah, because at wide receiver they have Cortland Sutton, Marvin Mims, and Vele, who was I think he was a draft pick. He was they either drafted him last year or he was like an undrafted free agent. And then behind him, like they picked up A.T. Perry and they drafted Troy Franklin. So I don't like that wide receiver room. There's not a bunch of elite guys in it, but they got a lot of guys in it. Though. There's a good 5 guys in it. So I think they should go running back. The only other position they could go is like interior D tackle, but I mean, like their defense was really good last year, and they added to it in free agency. Like they didn't really lose a lot, I don't think.
I think the one position they need for me for their defense is linebacker. It's not necessarily D tackle.
Yeah, because they had Nick Benito. He was really good for them last year, but then they signed Dre Greenlaw. Like, I mean, like that's what they have at a like weak and strong side linebacker in that 3-4 defense that they run. I think they should go running back. Like, I don't love taking Hampton this high because I thought he'd go in like the 20 somewhere. But
he going 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, for them, I don't think their defense needs a lot. And who they added in free agency, like I think they could use more of a running back than anybody on defense at this point in the draft.
Yeah, because their best running back was Bo Nix last year.
Yeah, that's not a good thing to. I mean, it's not a terrible thing for your quarterback to be able to run, but that's how you get your quarterback hurt.
Yeah, I like Omari on here.
Yeah, same here.
That's real. All right, here's the twist and the turn here, boy. Here's the twist and the turn.
Oh, the
Pittsburgh Steelers.
See, man, this is tough.
Jalen Milroe.
I think they go Jackson Dart. Like I don't like if you draft Jalen Milroe, he's not playing this year, so you still got the same problem. You got
I
Why
got
Jalen Murray not
Jackson
playing this year?
Dart.
because I don't think Jalen Milroe is ready to play. I mean this year. To be like I don't think he's ready, and at least I can
Yeah.
say Jackson Dart will be ready to play. I think Milroe, you got to sit him for a whole year, like, and you got to develop him first. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
go Jackson Dart.
I mean, it won't. How I feel about it is, if they sit him for a year, it won't hurt him. You know what I'm
It won't
saying?
hurt
So
him, but it'll hurt the team this year.
yeah.
So
I don't see none. I just feel like they'll go Jackson Dart. If we going quarterback, we going Jackson Dart.
yeah, I gotta go Dart too.
Boy,
Like
that's tough.
I
But
mean,
I
I
do
just feel
think
like
Jackson
if
Dart is a better prospect, even though like the rankings say otherwise. But I do like I I do think they looking for that type of guy that fits with, like what they was looking for out of a like the reason they signed Justin Fields is kind of like they looking for that athletic quarterback. And I'm not saying Jackson Dart is a statue, but like Jalen Miro is. It just feels like that's something they kind of looking for, like that dynamic, explosive guy, like that
I
can get
mean,
out the
what I
pocket
will
and make a move. But
yeah, like what I will say is that Jalen Milroe got the higher ceiling. I'll say that. I mean, I don't think you can even question that. But I think Jackson Dart's floor is higher. So, and I mean, to me, like I don't feel like the Steelers need a game breaker at quarterback. Like, I just think they need a guy to distribute the ball because I mean they got Freiermuth at tight end. I mean like they got Pickens at wide receiver. They got DK at the at the other wide receiver. They got a bunch of wide receivers that they drafted over the last couple of years from like I mean Roman Wilson, the kid from Michigan who didn't get much burn last year. To the other kid that's their punt returner, and he's also a wide receiver too. So to me, they just need. I don't know if they really need someone like Jalen Milroe to be dynamic. Like I just think they need someone to get like just to get the ball out.
it felt like that was what they was looking for to be like they go out. Obviously, they knew that Justin Field has some deficiencies, so they bring in obviously Russell Wilson with them. I think they looking for a game changer though, like with the receiving core they got, with the limited amount of running back help they really have at this point. I just feel like Jalen Miro is something they looking for, but I wouldn't be surprised if they took Dart. But I kind of see what Pop like put Miro out there because they looking for like that dynamic guy. You facing a guy like you know uh you facing guys like Joe Burrow, and you facing guys like Lamar Jackson. You looking for that guy that can kind of like change how you've been performing on offense. I don't know if Jackson Dart brings that. I think he kind of like is the worst version of he like the less athletic version of Russell Wilson at this point with a better arm.
He's definitely more athletic than Russell Wilson. I'm not gonna do that to him. I mean, thing is like if you watch him at Ole Miss, like I mean, he could break 20, 30-yard runs. I mean, the kid is athletic. But I mean, yeah, I mean, like you can go Jalen Milroe and we could just flip the coin, like because I mean, like it's just like I mean, they could take either or. Like they could take Jalen or they could take Jackson. Like I think it's close. I just think it depends in their war room in their front office. What exactly at the quarterback position are they looking for? Are they looking for a dynamic guy that could run and throw? But they needed to develop, or do they want a guy that they can just step in on day one and be their quarterback? So it just like and that's the thing, like we don't really know what they're looking for because like obviously we're not Steeler fans, we're not in that division. So I mean they could be looking for the Jalen Milroe or they could be looking for the Jackson Dart. I mean, it's kind of hard to say.
It's kind of like 50. I'm still kind of like 50-50 because I think they looking for the Jalen Miro, but I wouldn't be surprised they took the Jackson Dart. But yeah,
Yeah,
I think
same. I just think they going quarterback at that position.
yeah.
Yeah, I think they have to go quarterback now. It's just who
Hmm.
exactly. But yeah, I mean it's 2-2. I mean we could just go ahead and flip the coin one more time.
Hey Siri,
I guess we can make
flip
what
a coin.
Jalen heads and Jackson tails. I guess.
No, we can flip it.
Okay.
Jackson, well, whatever.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah. I
know.
mean Jackson head and Jalen tails. That's fine.
Yeah.
Hey Siri, flip a coin.
It's tails this time.
Ooh. So they're getting Jalen
Mm.
Milrow.
That's nice. That's
And I
nice.
know,
Ooh, Luther. No, I don't know. I really don't
and I
know.
know,
Mm-mm.
and I know,
I
and
don't think it'll
Guru
be
is
Luther though, because
out right now though.
he falling, bro. I think the better receiver on the board is Abuka, anyways. Though, to be honest,
Yeah, but the problem is if you draft a Booker with Lad, it's like Lad don't
yeah,
exclusively play in the
it
slot,
kind of defeats
Yeah,
the
they
but
purpose.
it's
don't
kind
need
of
a
redundant
slot.
though.
They
And I
need an
mean,
They
Luther
don't.
outside
also
guy.
plays in the slot too, though. Like that's the thing is like for Luther's side, a lot of people don't know, but he's really better in the slot. Like
Yeah.
I mean, he could play the boundary. I mean, too, but I wouldn't have him exclusively as a boundary receiver though.
What about
Um,
Colston in here?
Who
I
they
think
go?
they're either
Oh,
going Colson or a D lineman.
yeah. Oh, yeah, because they only got Will Disley still. Because I think Disley's still on the team at
No, I
tight
think
end.
Will left. I think I don't think he's still on that team anymore. I
Mm.
thought Will went to another team. Okay, let me look at their depth chart real quick. Um, no, actually, Will Disley. I'm mistaken. Will Disley's there, but they signed Tyler Conklin. Like that's what it was.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. The tight end that was on the Jets.
Yeah.
Okay.
So so I mean, they're kind of stocked up at tight end though. I mean, they could draft one because I think Tyler only took like a 1 or 2 year deal. I think, and then
Mm,
D lineman like they got what they're running the 3-4. So I mean, they got Tart as the nose tackle, which is he's a solid player. And they got Deshaun Hand and Scott Matlock. Whoever the hell Scott Matlock is. So they could definitely use another
yeah,
D
because
line.
Puna Ford left
Yeah.
in free agency.
And I just think it's tough, man. With Harbaugh, man, like Harbaugh is, I mean, you could say that they need uh, a tight end or a wide receiver, and that dude will still go like, defense. Like he's heavy on the defense, especially in the trenches. Kenneth Grant still there?
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
I don't think they'd take him though. I mean, it's tough because there's just not a lot of XY receivers, and that's what they need. I mean, they re-signed Mike, and I mean, Mike could fill in at the X.
I
And
mean, there is, but none that I see them taking at 22.
no, no,
Maybe if one falls to them in the second round, I could see them doing it there. But I'll go either Norman Lott or Grant.
scroll to the top. They're definitely not going offensive tackle. They definitely don't need that. Man, this is tough. I'm gonna either go Kenneth Grant or Burden. Um, I'm gonna go Luther Burden. I'm gonna go. I don't think this is what they're gonna. I really think they'll pick Kenneth Grant or Colston, but they're pressing need at wide receiver. And you've seen it when they played the Texans in the playoffs last year. Like they got to add, and like one of their wide receivers went to Buffalo, so like they lost a guy. So I'm gonna go Luther Burden, even though I don't think that's what they're gonna draft. I think they're
Or
gonna draft,
Palmer, Joshua Palmer. Yeah.
yeah, Joshua Palmer to the Bills. So I think they're in need of a wide receiver. I think they're gonna take one later, but I think if Luther's there at 22, I think they might do that. So I'm gonna go Luther Burden.
My vote is for Kenneth Grant.
Certified. Search it up.
Oh damn. I gotta say all that shit all over. So I'm gonna just what the fuck was I about to say? Um yeah, I like Burton. I know the Bills don't wanna that I was in a space with the Bills, a few Bills fans like 2 Sundays ago early in the morning, and somebody had brought up they hate how that fan base has this obsession with like three texts and shit. or just defensive tackles in general. And I was just like, yeah, I think they should draft Luther Burden at wide receiver. Give Josh Allen another weapon.
Huh?
You
We had
mean
the Chargers.
the
Yeah,
Chargers?
we
Yeah.
already
Oh,
drafted for the Chargers. Yeah, we
wait a
was just
Yeah.
minute.
talking about how the Bills
Why
got
was
one of
I
the
thinking
Chargers
the
wide
Bills, dog?
receivers.
I'm sitting
So
here looking
we
at the
said the
board,
Bills
yo.
got Palmer or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
somebody.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking about like Palmer
Mm-hmm.
went from the Chargers to the Bills. That's probably how that
Yeah,
happened.
we were talking about the Chargers wide
It's still
receiver
Luther.
on
It's still Luther Burden.
okay.
All right. Well, Luther Burden, you are a Charger, buddy. All right. Green Bay.
So they're trying to trade their corner right now as we speak.
They've been trying to trade it for like 2 years, though.
Yeah, I think they
Facts.
need an edge more than anything else because I've heard Packers fans talk, and the way they talk is
But
like they can never get pressure on the quarterback from like the edges.
don't
So
Nacho want a true wide receiver number one?
yeah, but the problem
Okay.
is in this draft you're just not. It's hard to find.
Because
And I
like
mean, like the
Omega
only
is like
guy,
something they already got. You know what I mean? Like I think
yeah,
like
I mean, the only guy is Jaden Higgins, but you're not taking
Mm.
Jaden Higgins at 23. Like that's just way too high.
wouldn't be surprised, but
So you don't like the boy from Ohio State?
I
I don't
mean,
think
he's
he a
exactly
one.
what
He
they
a
have.
slot.
Yeah, he's like more of a slot guy, and that's kind of what they have already. They got a bunch of 2s and 3s already. To me, I think they should go, and then there's not a corner here either. To me, they should go edge. Like they kind of need an edge player, that's going to help them get pressure on the quarterback.
But is it James
I ain't mad
Pierce
at that.
though? Is it James Pierce or Mike Green though? Because
Let me
James
see.
Pierce fits more of what they kind of draft as a player.
Oh,
Yeah,
all
because they
right.
run
So
Build size, type of technique.
I
Like
mean,
he
yeah,
kind of
because they
fits
run a
more.
4-3, so they don't run a 3-4 anymore.
It's more of a James Pierce than a Mike Green at this point.
Yeah, I mean, because if you run a
I
4-3,
like Pierce, man.
yeah, I think I'll go Pierce too. Like if they ran a 3-4, I'd probably
Go
go
Mike.
Mike Green.
Yeah.
But
I
I
just
mean,
think my bad, Mick. Go ahead.
no, I was about to say, like when you run a 4-3, like your edge got to put his hand in the dirt, and I don't know if you want Mike Green consistently putting his hand in the dirt though. So
I just think that here for Green Bay, Pierce is the better football player for them. I just he can do more. And what he's lesser at, he's really close. So like the setting the edge part is really huge in this conversation for me.
see, but the thing is, I don't know if James Pierce can set. He's more of a speed rusher though. I don't know if he's going to set the edge on like running plays though. Like that's
Well,
something that
he's better at it. So the gap between pass rush ability is smaller than the gap between setting the edge. I mean, Mike Green can't set the edge at all. At all. Not in the NFL. He's going to get washed.
I mean, I can say the same thing about James Pierce because, like, I mean, like James Pierce is
I
only
think
like
he's a little stronger.
yeah, but he's only like 240, 250. He's not
James
that
Pierce
big.
remind me of Nolan though, like how violent he is at the point of attack. Like
Yeah, he's a lot stronger than him. Like Mike Green is more speed than anything.
I like
Like
James Pierce though. I think
yeah,
that's 3 of us voting for James though. Anyway, ain't it?
I
Yeah.
just his strength is different.
Well,
In my
yeah, I mean,
opinion.
I'm going James Pierce because of the style of like they're gonna run
Defense,
a 4-3,
yeah.
so,
He
I mean,
got
Pierce is
Mike
better.
Green's more of a stand-up linebacker.
Yeah,
Anyway,
he's more of a stand-up guy, and I mean James Pierce can put his hand in the dirt. Now setting that my only thing is with certified saying I wouldn't draft him for the way he sets the edge because I don't.
not yet. Maybe
Yeah.
in a year he'll be better at it. But
gain some more muscle and some more body.
See, that's what I'm thinking. He gonna put about 15 pounds of muscle on.
I mean, he's
So
gonna
now we
need-
have to like what 260.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely going to need to because I mean, he's only 245 right now, 245,
Yeah.
250. He's real light. So
Yeah.
yeah,
You know.
Vikings. Who the Vikings gonna do? Probably
They
Cliff
don't
Burton.
need a tackle, that's for certain. They got two good. They got bookend tackles already. I think they need a corner, man. Like
What?
cornerback is not really their strength, and they drafted a kid last year, but then I think the kid
Yeah.
has to.
He
R.I.P.
passed away in a car accident. Yeah.
So I think they
I,
need somebody in that secondary.
I
Um,
think the way that they blitz, I would go Mike Green.
but I don't think they need that though because
But that's what they do.
Yeah, but they got
they got a
Turner
bunch of guys
last
already
year.
though,
But,
Yeah, they drafted Turner last year,
okay.
and
and they signed Jonathan Allen in free agency. They also signed Javon Hargraves. They got Jonathan Grenard playing weak side, and they got
Okay.
Andrew and Ginkle playing strong side. Like they got their front seven is pretty set.
yeah,
Well,
they do need to.
And I
They
mean,
got
like,
that old man at safety.
yeah,
Um,
and then I mean Dallas Turner, the kid that they drafted last year, he's not even he right now. He's a rotational guy. He's not even starting.
yeah, no.
I mean, I just think they need more help in that secondary. Like they was getting toasted in that playoff game against the Rams. And
So
safety,
who's more needing replacing, the safety or the cornerback? I
Corner.
think I think
yeah,
Harrison Smith too. Like I think
yeah. I
he can
mean,
always
he's getting old, but at
get
corner, I mean, they signed Byron Murphy to be the nickel, so they're cool on the nickel. But they like Isaiah Rodgers is their right corner, and Najee Thompson they got playing left corner. And I don't even know who Najee Thompson is.
They were solid for him, but I think if you can upgrade the cornerback position, you could. Because I also think you could get. Well, the thing is, Kevin Winston Jr. and Xavier Watts are like my top safeties that are still on the board. Um, I wouldn't. I wouldn't be surprised if they went there either. But all right, to solidify my pick, I'm gonna go Trey Amos.
I think they desperately need corner help. I mean, Trey is it's a little bit high, but I'm still gonna go Trey Amos here because they definitely need a corner.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that.
Yeah, I was going DB. So since I'm going, I mean, I don't think they really need the edge right now.
Yeah, I think they could go corner or safety, and I
Ooh.
really wouldn't be surprised in the draft.
Offensive line, please. If y'all want to
Every
save
mock
that
I
young
do, they
man,
go Josh Simmons, man. Like
if y'all want to save his life,
every
please.
single one they do Josh. And I'll just go Josh Simmons.
Yeah, they need tackles, man.
If
I'm
you
cool
want to
with that.
save your young quarterback, please get an offensive lineman. Here we go. Rams.
I'll go Loveland for the Rams.
Yeah, see, this is tough, man. Like the Rams, they're just in a bad spot because there's not a lot of corners here that they could take. Um, and I mean, Loveland on that team would be a demon. So I probably go Loveland too.
Yeah, because Higby, he's in his mid 30s now. And he's more of a blocking tight end than like a pass catching tight end. And I think Loveland, adding Loveland to that offense is good.
I mean, don't they also have one of their tight ends coming off? Like, didn't like one of them tear their ACL or something like that?
Mm,
I don't know.
And I thought I thought one of their tight ends was coming off like an ACL tear. I thought that's just
no, not that I recall.
I mean maybe that was the year before. It was definitely they definitely had one of their guys got hurt at some point.
Probably
Maybe
Higby.
yeah, maybe that was the year before.
Yeah, it was Higby because I know Higby was out for them most of the year before.
And then their backup is Kobe Parkinson, which I'm not too high on that kid.
Yeah, so I like Loveland with them.
And they definitely don't need a wideout because they got Puka, they signed Devontae, and then they gave Tutu like a 1-year deal.
Yeah,
So
is Demarcus Robinson still there?
I think he left because I don't see him on the
Okay,
depth chart. But
okay.
but the thing is, like, if they need a quarterback, then they can always get one later. not a cornerback, but like a wide receiver. Like if they feel like they need one, and the Rams are good at drafting wide receivers like later in the draft too. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. With their wide receiver evaluation, I feel like they don't necessarily need to go that here. And to me, Loveland is my favorite tight end in the class.
yeah, same here.
So I wouldn't mind Loveland going to the Rams at this spot.
Yeah, I'd probably go Loveland at this spot too.
All right, close to Loveland it is. Ravens.
Now, this is tough, man, because the Ravens don't need a lot either. One of their corners left to go to the Jets, but he was freaking terrible. Like he's one of the worst corners in the league. The edge they got out of Michigan, I forgot his name, but I think it was the dude that got hurt at the combine when he got drafted.
Yeah, that's what they got.
So I think they're in need of an edge.
Towards the ACL or whatever. I can't remember his name.
But he's been back for 2 years. But like the Raven fans ain't really too happy from like what he's done.
They also need another safety because Marcus Williams left. Well, I don't know. Yeah, he left in free agency. I don't think he has been signed. So they only got a homeboy out of Notre Dame.
Kyle Hamilton.
Yeah, and I don't know who else they have.
I mean,
I do think they got TJ Tampa, but I can't remember if he was a safety or a corner.
I mean, Mike Green would technically work in their system, but the problem, like, because they run a 3-4, but the problem is like when you're when you're the edge rusher in that 3-4 for the Ravens, you got to be able to, hold the edge. Like you got to be able to set the edge. Mike Green not doing that. And so for that reason, I don't think they would draft Mike Green. I mean, he'd be good for the pass rush. But I mean, in that division where all them teams like to run the ball, like he's not going to hold the edge. He's not doing that.
Is Donovan still on the board?
Nah. Donovan Azaraku went earlier. I think he went in the teens.
Yeah, I can't remember what team we gave him to.
I mean, this is. I mean, I hate to say this. They should draft a safety, and they should draft a safety out of South Carolina. Like they should draft Nick
Tampa, yeah.
I hate that for them or for me, not being a Ravens fan, but I think that's who they should take. Because I think
I was gonna say that, but I ain't get around to it. Nick Emenroy.
Yeah, Emenroy. He's either the second or third best safety in the class. Yeah. I mean, I hate to say it, but that's probably who they should take.
Because they literally like last year they wanted to play Hamilton down in the box. And they literally had to bench Williams and say, nah, you gotta go back up top.
Up top to play center field, which I mean Kyle could do either or.
Yeah.
The thing is they just didn't have versatility with Williams.
And if you draft
you had him playing everywhere. And I think if you draft Nick, you can kind of ease some you probably made Hamilton better, to be honest.
I mean, the problem is you put Nick and Kyle Hamilton in the same secondary, like the safety, like that shit is crazy because they both could play both positions.
Exactly, they're versatile.
They both could play center field,
and that's good for the defensive coordinator, where you got two guys you can interchange in your lineup and use them kind of as chess pieces within your scheme, and that also will help your cornerbacks because, I mean. Oh my God! What's Stevens? I think was the other corner they had outside of.
I mean Stevens went to the Jets.
Yeah, he was trash.
Yeah, future was pretty much what it was.
Hey, Smitty, why you laugh at that man like that?
Man was
cheeks. That boy was.
I mean, he was so bad that like when he signed with the Jets, I'm like, what the hell are the Jets doing? And it's not like he got no money. They gave him like a little piece of change.
They got Nick ranked.
I think Nick started to fall in the draft a little bit.
Like as far as ranking, I know.
I don't know why.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he dropped so much. Just
Yeah, I'm gonna just go to safety.
Go to safety, see where he's at. I thought he was like the second or third ranked safety. Oh shit, they got behind Xavier Watts.
And Watts. Yeah.
Whoa, he dropped. What did he do to drop?
Xavier Watts is not bad either. Like Winston's a good too. I mean, I just think Nick has the highest ceiling.
Winston Jr., Watts, and Nick, I don't feel is a bad pick for the Ravens at this spot. I
They
like
just need
all three of
safety help.
them. Yeah.
I mean, I'm just going Nick because he's just his ceiling is higher. Like his, like his like athletic ability is much higher than Watson Winston to me though.
Yeah,
So
I don't hate that at all.
yeah, so I'm gonna go Nick. I mean, even though I'd hate to see it in the
No, I was
AFC,
going Nick too though. Here we go.
Lions definitely need an edge. Like
Yeah,
they
they
need
need a
some,
pass rusher.
yeah, like they need someone to play. I mean, opposite of Hutchinson.
Mike Green here.
Let me just check what scheme they run. I'm not 100% sure what scheme they run.
Where we at?
The
The
Lions.
Lions. I don't remember who they brought in for their DC.
Yeah, I mean the Lions are 4-3, so that would require him to put his hand in the dirt.
Well, this might be Michael.
Yeah, I mean him putting his hand in the dirt. I don't like. He got to play in a 3-4 system to me to be successful.
I like Squirtin.
Nick scoring Michael. Like I think Michael could go to two. Like,
and Michael's that far down. Shit,
he right there. He right on the Xavier Watts.
Where's Nick scoring at?
He
a little higher.
Sherman. Yeah, he right there. 31. They only like what 8 spots apart, 7 spots apart.
I mean,
yeah, but I think in the edge they're
yeah, I mean, like
they're the top 3 edges
yeah.
on the board. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe
I'm not
4 because I
Shamar
forget about
Stewart.
Shamar Stewart. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not high on Shamar.
Me either.
I'm a little biased because obviously, I mean, like Michael played for Georgia, so I'm a little biased when it comes to that. But I think Nick Scoring's a good pick for them. I mean, you just need a guy that's going to play opposite of Aiden. And you know, I mean, Michael could do a lot of different things. So I mean, he's essentially an edge rusher, but he could also play on the inside too, though.
I don't have a problem with Michael going to the Lions.
I'm fine. That's cool.
I mean, I'm just a little biased. That's all, because obviously I'm a Georgia fan. So,
but I'm just higher on. I might be biased too. Shit, I ain't a Georgia fan.
I'm definitely higher on my team. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely higher on Michael because he could play. He could play the edge, but he go. You know, I mean, like I mean, you can also scoot him to the inside. He's got. I was
saying, maybe I might be biased because shit, I got half you motherfuckers in on my name. Shit.
Yeah, I'll go with Michael here. Yeah. I'm cool with that.
I mean, I don't think y'all understand there's 2 schools outside of Georgia and Alabama, but all right.
Yeah, you know, we don't know how to draft anybody else, goddamn. Oh man, now.
I mean, if we were talking wide receiver, I mean, I'd definitely talk your school though. Definitely. For sure. Wide receiver, tight end, running back, yeah. The
Commanders need an edge.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they definitely need either edge or a corner, but there's not a lot of corners in this spot.
Yeah.
Let me see what kind of system that they run. Well, I
think it's a 4-3.
It's like a 4-3 hybrid though, so they run like a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Okay, so they run a little bit of both.
Yeah, and they like a little lighter edge. This might be, one of those spots where Mike Green finally come off the board here.
Yeah, I mean, like the next best edge is Nick Scorton too, though.
Yeah, I think Mike fit what they're looking for though a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a little light in the ass. That's all.
But that's kind of Dan Quinn's
shit. He always had light in the ass edges and linebackers.
Yeah, that's Dan Quinn's type though.
He like him a little small. Shit, I don't know why, but.
Yeah, I mean, you give him Mike Green. I mean, it's either Mike Green to me or like Nick Scorton.
Yeah, I think this Mike, you are commander. All right. Here we go.
Yeah, I think they need an edge or a corner. I think it's pretty simple. Or I mean, they could use an interior D lineman too, because they need someone to pair with what's the homeboy name?
Oliver.
Yeah, and Ed Oliver. Like they need someone to pair with him because he gets a lot of double teams.
Right.
Yeah, but the thing is, in this draft, like there's a lot of guys that you could draft at that spot. I just think they're in desperate need of a corner, though, man. Like for them to have to sign Tre'Davious White to bring him back lets me know that they need a corner. A linebacker, they could use one, but my only thing with linebacker is it really depends on if Matt Milano is the same player that he's been. If he's the same player that he's been, then they really don't need a linebacker. Can you sort it by corner?
Yeah. And then
Can you go?
after that, can you pull up linebacker? I think I know who might be at the top, but I just want to see.
I think it's Barrett, isn't it? Either Barrett or
Yeah,
Chris Paul, I think.
Yeah.
probably Barrett. You
But like
said,
taking Barrett in the first round would be criminal, though.
oh, Demetrius Knight.
Oh, the Demetrius Nice there too.
You said who now? Cornerback? You said cornerback too?
Corner,
cornerback.
yeah. I mean, they could use a safety too. I mean, safety wouldn't be a bad pick either because their safeties are Tyler Rapp and DeMar Hamlin. I mean, they got Cole Bishop who they drafted last year. I mean, Benjamin Morrison. I do like Benjamin Morrison. It's kind of high though. I mean, you could also go Harrison.
Is
like,
it really hard?
Personally, I got Harrison ranked above Benjamin Morrison. I think the only reason why he's down lower was because like Harrison got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, Siobhan Revell is the same situation. Like he'd be higher.
He's super
he also
failed,
got
though,
hurt.
bro.
Say
Siobhan
what?
steady falling, bro.
Yeah,
Siobhan.
he's falling because he got that ACL injury that they had during the season. But he's been working out and doing all the other stuff. To me, it's between Harrison and Revell. I think they're gonna take one of them two guys because I couldn't imagine that you're gonna go into the season with Dame Jackson as your starting second corner, and then behind him is Tre'Davious White. Like I don't like that corner room. Like Bedford is a good corner. Like no, and Teron Johnson is like an all pro kind of. Nickel. So I think they're cool with the CB1 and the nickel, but they need a second corner bad. So my vote is for Siobhan Revell because I think the upside is there. He's just, he just had that injury during the season. And I mean, with them signing Tre'Davious White, it gives Sean, it gives like Revell time to actually kind of he don't got to start from day one.
Interesting. Shit, this is crazy.
Is this the top of the board?
No,
this is what we sorted it by.
Corner safety.
Yeah, we just sorted it by position.
He said Siobhan Revell, so
I like
don't
Benjamin.
mind. Yeah, I don't mind Siobhan. Benjamin.
I mean, Benjamin's good too. I'm not taking nothing away from Benjamin, but I think Revell, if Revell don't get hurt, he's definitely ranked higher than this.
Yeah, I honestly don't have a problem with Benjamin either.
Yeah,
he was like one of my top cornerback prospects going into the season last year. So
my thing is because he got hurt, that's why I want to take Benjamin. I don't know where he's going to be after his surgery. I mean, he's still rehabbing. So, and I don't think he's that much. He's better, but he ain't that much better than Benjamin.
True too. I mean, like it's not like between Morrison, Harrison, and Revell. Like it's not. I mean, to me, like the difference is not that much. I'm
the only reason I wouldn't vote for Siobhan is because of the injury. Like I just think them at 30, like they looking for somebody that they know for sure gonna be able to play. Like
same. If they were both healthy, I'd take him.
Yeah, I would.
But I don't know where he's gonna be after that injury.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm gonna flip my pick to Benjamin.
All right, you got the Kansas City Chiefs at 31.
Can we give him a punter?
How about give him a kicker and then we trade away their good kicker? You know what I mean, we can trade.
I'm just playing. They need a tackle, man.
And a guard,
guard too, because they definitely trade away Joe Tooney to the Bears.
What position? What tackle position did Zabel play?
I think he played. I mean, he played all over the line, but I don't think he's gonna be a tackle in the league. I think he's best suited to be a guard, to be honest.
6'6", 305.
Yeah. I mean, because like
They
the
said he
Chiefs,
got elite arm length for the position though.
yeah, but I think his anchor is better.
Oh
It's
yeah,
not.
look, read it right there. It says he is easily
Easy.
projected to start at center or guard for
Or
primarily his
guard.
own
Yeah,
His
because I
offense.
think
own
it's
one
like
man
the anchor.
scheme.
His anchor situation is
Shit, they
not
need
like he doesn't
guard too
anchor
though.
properly all the time.
I mean, they need guard though.
Yeah, I mean they got Trey Smith at the right guard. He's locked in, but the
And
left
they got rid
guard,
of Tooney.
yeah, and the left guard is Mike Caliendo.
He was bun.
And they had a rookie that was in and out of the lineup, and I
Yeah.
think he was a tackle.
And
Whoever
think
dude
if
was
you-
playing that guard, he was crab cakes.
Yeah. And I think if you draft Gray Zabel, it gives you the ability to play him at guard. And if you find that you need to kick him out the tackle, I mean, you could do that for for a limited basis, like not like an every game situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like Gray Zabel here.
Because I don't think there's any other tackles in this spot that they could.
You know how they do once they realize they got a hole that offensive line. They like to rebuild that one quick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, the only guy you could draft maybe is Josh Connolly, but I don't know if he fits their system per se.
Yeah, I like Gray.
Yeah, I don't mind Gray
yeah.
here.
All right, now the Eagles. What's left on the board? Let me
Last
see.
pick on the board. Yeah, I mean, y'all definitely not going to tackle.
Yeah, nah. My vote, even though they say wide receiver, guard, and edge.
And they got CB there too, though.
Yeah.
I mean, but y'all, don't y'all need a safety too?
They need a safety. They low key need a safety.
My first pick on the board is safety. If I'm
could-
picking here, I'm taking Watts.
It's got to be Watts, yeah.
I'm taking Watts.
Let me see who the cornerback. Listen, go to cornerbacks.
I'm for real. I'm taking Watts. I ain't taking no cornerback because we got Keely Ringo and Eli Ricks on the board.
I mean, you said you got Keely Ringo. That's what you said?
Huh?
And then you said you got Keely Ringo?
Keely Ringo, Eli Ricks.
Man, I'm higher on Ricks than Wingo though.
I think Ringo gonna play. Ringo was Ringo was
Ringo.
third in the lineup last year, so I think he gonna get the opportunity to start. I don't think we go cornerback
to me,
first.
It's either Watts or Harrison or Ravel. I think those are the three guys that you would take in that spot. And I'm probably gonna go Maxwell Harrison, probably. For the same reason, like Maxwell got hurt, but he didn't tear an ACL though. Like Ravel tore an ACL, so I probably go Harrison.
Yeah, no, Maxwell just got banged up.
Yeah.
Who y'all safeties?
Tristan McCullum and Sidney Brown outside of Reed Blankenship. That's the backups.
Boy,
that's nasty.
Yeah. That's why I said safety.
Yeah. Oh,
what?
I thought it was bad. Oh my god, that's horrible.
Sidney Brown, who technically hasn't recovered from an ACL, and Tristan McCullum, who couldn't cover a fly. Like, man, get out of here! Like that boy gave up. That boy gave up 3 touchdowns last year in a matter of 2 minutes. He went on the field for 2 minutes and gave up 3 scores. I think our bigger need right now is safety. I do.
I think safety is a position y'all gotta address at this.
Yeah, actually, I'll change my vote to safety. Actually, give y'all.
He heard Tristan McCullum. He said, "Yeah, Xavier Watts."
Hey, scroll up a little bit because wasn't Kevin Winston up there too?
Yeah, he's still here.
Yeah, Kevin. Both are good.
Though. A little bit higher on Xavier Watts. Without the injury, you know what I mean? Because I think Howie got PTSD. You remember he took that cornerback years ago with that injury, and he didn't pan out.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't mind Xavier Watts here. I think y'all might go. Depending on how y'all draft board is, y'all might go Winston Jr. if y'all was going safety.
Yeah,
but I don't mind Xavier Watts at this.
I think the only reason Kevin Winston not on the board is because we're dealing with a safety coming off injury that hasn't really recovered back to form or what he was doing before. He already, he coming back. He still ain't bounced back. And then you bring in a Kevin Winston. Then you got Sidney Brown. 2 question marks off injury. I don't think that's a good. You know what I mean? A
Well,
good.
how locked in is Sidney Brown with y'all?
I mean,
Like
he
contract wise.
we just drafted him 2 years ago. So he going
Oh,
into
so still rookie
year
deal.
3. Yeah, he going into year 3, the
Yeah.
rookie deal.
Yeah, y'all gonna keep him around.
Yep. Because he's a good special team. He's the special team gunner. So
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be Watts if anything. In my opinion. Where you at, certified? What's your pick?
I'm gonna go with whatever you suggest. I don't really. I mean, you ain't got a lot of holes in my opinion. I mean,
Yeah.
safety. Um, you could draft a corner, but what corner you gonna draft here?
Yeah, I
Um,
think the corner we would have took would have been Benjamin Morrison, but he went to the Bills.
yeah.
So I mean,
Um, yeah. Whatever you go with, I back that.
all right. Xavier Watts, welcome to Philly.
And that concludes all 32 round one.
Jesus, that took longer than expected. I think, huh?
Yeah,
Mm. Mostly because a
So
lot
that
of these teams, they can honestly go any direction.
yeah, that's true.
So it's
Yeah.
I
really
think we had
hard
a
to
successful first
pinpoint
round.
what they'll do at that spot.
Yeah, and I mean that, and I mean like we didn't make any trades. Like this was just like a stick it and pick it kind of situation. So,
Mm-hmm.
And
which in
I
reality, I mean, like in this draft, man, there's gonna be a trade here or there at some point in the first round. So
I think this is my second mock in total where Will Campbell fell to 11.
it's definitely because I think if the Patriots don't take him, that could really happen though. Like if we don't take him or Membu, he could definitely drop. Because I don't think the Jets are gonna take Will Campbell. Because I think the Jets want to I think if Membu wasn't there, like they would have took Tyler Warren. Like I think it's Membu or Warren for the Jets. So
I low key got a feeling the Jets gonna take Tyler Warren. I really do. Like low key, like back of my head.
it's definitely
I,
possible.
I think that's possible, but I really feel like they need to address that offensive line.
No,
You need to get,
like I
yeah.
agree with you, Pop. Like they need to address offensive line, but in the back of my head, it's like,
I wouldn't be surprised if they took him. Yeah, I feel you. I
like
feel you.
they the Jets. They might do it. They might do it.
That's kind of how I feel with Genty and the Raiders.
Yeah,
Like, I feel like they could go other spot, but I also wouldn't be surprised if he actually does become a Raider. Like,
it would be a nice pickup.
yeah.
Tyler Warren. I wonder how people go.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
like
definitely,
I haven't seen Jahai Campbell go to the Bengals that much, but I think that's a nice pickup for them.
they definitely need a linebacker, and I mean,
They
like,
need a linebacker bad, bro.
For some
and
Because
reason,
if
they
you
always taking
watch
like an
them,
offensive player. It's just weird.
yeah, if you watch them play, once that player got past the front, it was free reign until you hit the safety or corner position. Like them linebackers were horrible. And Lou in the middle of games is switching out his lineup because it's just like the players he have out there is just not working. They
I think
need a
the other good
linebacker,
thing about
man.
The other good thing about Jihad is like Jihad, he's just not an inside linebacker. Like he could play a lot of different positions. So
Hmm.
he's like crazy, like versatile. So
And he
so
has a nice size and speed to him too. Yeah.
so I mean
Uh,
he can do a lot of different things, and which is that's what they're gonna need because that defense is like lacking in a lot of different areas. So, but yeah, I mean we definitely got to export that and post that on Twitter so many people can see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. It went a little long, so
Yeah,
we ain't gonna do the 7th round, man. We ain't gotta do all that.
yeah,
Cause that's gonna take another.
yeah. That would take like another hour. So
Yeah. We'll just, Well, that's the show, man. We appreciate all y'all for popping out, watching the first round. We gonna post this on the podcast page on Twitter and inside of the community. If you haven't yet, follow the community. We'll be posting the link in. Tap in with us, man. We trying to have some things going on, some things to keep the people engaged. Obviously, the draft coming soon, so obviously we're putting out the daily polls. Tap in and vote with the daily polls, man. It's always helpful to get your opinion on what's going on too. So we're gonna have a vote. I think it'll be put out here soon, if not already out. Obviously, we tapping in not just to the NFL, but basketball, UFC, WrestleMania is also coming out, so probably put out some polls with that. If you tap into the WrestleMania tonight, 6:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, there will be Wrestling with the Bros live reaction. I think that's it, man. If not, I think UFC tonight. Man, we got it's a loaded night, man. A little basketball, a little foot. You know what I mean? You know what I
NBA
mean?
playoffs start.
Yeah, man, I think basketball's all day long. I think the first game started like 30 minutes ago. So
Yeah, it started.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so I mean that'll be on all night. You got wrestling, you got UFC. I think you got I think like the hockey playoffs start today too. I think they got
Yep.
2 games. So yeah.
Yep, hockey
And
playoffs.
I think you got the
We get
UFL too, right? I think there's a
think
game on today.
so. Think so. Like, there's a lot of sports and content to be consumed today. It's gonna be a great day for whatever organization you're a fan of. It's-
So yeah, man. Stay tapped in with us.
Yeah,
Stay
and we'll be
on
giving
the
you
lookout.
I mean the next Saturday when I mean day 3 of the draft is going on, we will be live and in person for that. So
Yeah, like we did last year, man. Give you a little reaction on some of the day 1 and day 2 picks, and see how day 3 go, because there's gonna be some good guys still available in day 3, man. So
yeah, and I had to check it out, but yeah, I mean UFL, there's a game on right now, and there's another game on at 7 p.m. tonight. So yeah, I mean it's a full day of sports today.
Mhm.
well, Pop, give us some final words. Let's get up out of here.
Hey, like always, keep tapping in with us every Saturday, 11:15 Eastern Standard Time. Tell a friend, tell a friend. We'll tap in with y'all next Saturday.
With that, we out. Peace.
Thank you.